Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome Texas A&M to the panel, beginning at the far side. And let me introduce Kyla Hillsman. Working down this way, we have Anriel Howard. Seated next to her is Danny Williams, and then seated immediately next to me is head coach Gary Blair. We will begin with an opening statement from Coach Blair.
First, let's give a lot of credit to Drake. They came in, we took their best shot in the first quarter. And let me tell you, they were shooting the ball just like DePaul was shooting the ball in the first quarter of that Oklahoma game. We faced good three-point shooting teams, but we've never faced a team that shared the ball as well as Drake. 29 assists, I'm sure that's a record against us. And if they would have hit more shots in the second half, they probably could have had an NCAA record. But I thought their kids did a good job, particularly hitting her. She was just everywhere. But I think the turning point of the ball game, when we started pressing them after free throws, after the very first play of the ball game that we tried something on them that we've never tried before. We were just trying to up the tempo and play a little bit more pressure. They have faced some very good Power 5 teams, but they hadn't faced anybody quite like us. I didn't say we're the best team they played because they played Oregon. Obviously, they're number 6 in the country. But I think the pressure, Hillsman was able basically to control her man unless she got beat back door a few times. But they run a lot of very good stuff. We gave up 46 points in the paint. We held them to 8 out of 24 from the 3, and to me, that's pretty good defense, knowing as well as they shot it. But I'm proud of my basketball team because we made the adjustments during the ball game. Our shot selection was good 98% of the time. And if we could stay within ourselves and play to our strengths, maybe we can go a long way. But this team really gets us ready for DePaul by the way they play. But if that's number 13 in the nation, we're fixing to have to play number 5, in seeds. So we got our work cut out for us.
Let's open things up to questions for student athletes. Again, if you'll raise your hand and wait for the microphone to come to you before you ask your questions. Right here on the side.
Danny, can you talk about the offensive fast start? You guys were like 8 of 11. You hit a few of those. Why the fast start on offense, do you feel?
We just knew we had the advantage offensively going against their defense, and so we just tried to, work the game plan and just keep it rolling from the start. We knew their offense was going to be good, so we had to score just as much.
More for student athletes? Travis?
Travis Brown, the Eagle. Kyla,
hi.
Twice in the first half, you got subbed out. What did that do for you for the rest of the game in being able to, come back in and kind of play a little defense after that?
Well, I got subbed out because I made multiple defensive mistakes. So he took me out to get my mind together, and then he put me back in, and I did better. So I thank Coach Starkey for helping me adjust my mentality. but really, my teammates helped me out a lot. I kept giving up the basket, and he kept telling me to stay, and I just kept leaving. And I did it sometimes, but I just need to do better.
It's okay. Get better.
I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better.
More for student athletes?
Love it. That's what we
Yelling at you, stay.
In the back, John.
Bro, he was open.
Out of line.
It was wide open.
John Wilson with KBTX TV. Anriel, can you kind of take us through looking at the stat sheet? 4 players in double figures, 2 of you with double-doubles. Does this feel like one of those complete team efforts where everybody pitched in?
For sure. Usually, Coach Blair probably knows the stats behind this, but when 4 or 5 of us are in double figures for points, we usually win. So that means everybody's getting the ball, everybody's contributing on offense, and then that helps us get our flow on defense as well. So it was definitely a team effort.
Good answer, girl. Yes.
Kyla?
Right here, Cessna.
Danny, did the fact you guys ended the season playing so well, along with struggles last year against Penn, did any of those figure into the fact you guys played an all-around game today, or was just today and that didn't matter?
No, absolutely. I think we ended the SEC on good terms. You know, we wish we could have beat Mississippi State, but we're putting it together. I think, you know, we're starting to gel at the right time, and we definitely talked about Penn a little bit last year, and you know how we felt about that game. So we just knew we weren't gonna let that happen at home.
Right here in the front, Travis.
Danny, it looks like Kennedy was absolutely as comfortable as y'all thought she would be out there. Was it any surprise that she was had the game that she had first NCAA tournament?
No, it's not a surprise. You know, she's a ball player. She's been in a lot of games, and she doesn't really approach any game different. I think, you know, for her it's just another game, and that's why she's successful.
In the back, John.
Danny, how well do you guys play when it is that team effort and so many people are involved?
I think that's when we're at best. You know, when we're moving the ball and like 4 people are in double figures, that's hard for the defense to figure out who they can game plan. You know, they can't double team Kyla, or they can, but somebody else is going to be open, you know. And so I think when we're spreading the ball and, you know, we're making shots, all 5 of us, we're a hard team to guard for sure.
Cessna.
Ariel, talk about they double teamed a lot. You ended up only winning by 1 rebound. You had 10. Was that a physical ball game, or was more of a finesse game, do you feel?
I definitely think it was physical when the ball went up. So when it was time to block out, they were definitely blocking me out. But offensively, I think that I got some good looks that I wanted to.
In the back.
Carrie Hall from KAGS News. Obviously, this is an exciting win for you girls, but there's a quick turnaround before Sunday's game, so anybody can answer this. What do you guys hope to correct or work on before Sunday's game?
Well, for me, I'm going to try to be more helpful on defense. When we played DePaul, I was very helpful this game. And honestly, I'm going to try to work on finishing stronger than I did this game. You guys might see the points and like, oh, she did good, but I'm never satisfied. There were some baskets that I should have made. But I give a lot of credit to Drake on how hard they fought, and a lot of credit to my teammates for getting me the ball, where it was just an easy move and a score. So I just want to carry that over, but also do better offensively and most definitely defensively.
I think as a team, we just have to continue to. I mean, we're feeling ourselves right now. Like, we're doing pretty good, and as long as we keep that same energy going into our next game, we'll be pretty good. So yeah.
Anything else for student athletes? Ladies, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
We all can go slow.
Questions for Coach? Start with Robert.
Gary, you talked about changing the hectic first half, both offenses. Just come out, just try to see how you could do that before you, as you mentioned, turn the defense up. You know, why the fast start by both teams? Then you mentioned that your defense did pick up in the second quarter.
I think it goes back to shot selection. We tried to stay with them. We came in with an attitude, nobody can run us out of our gym. I didn't want a 92-90 game, which they're very capable of. I wanted them to score in the 60s, us scored in the 70s, us run some sets, realizing that we would have 2 games to play if we were victorious in this one. Our shot selection. You know, it's hard to tell a kid not to shoot because she's open with 20 seconds on the shot clock. But is that the best shot we can get? The whole game plan was layups in mid-range early. And that was really pointed at Carter. Layups, they can't stop you from getting to the hole, they'll foul you. And mid-range shots, you will make 60% of your mid-range shots. Why shoot to 3? We don't need it. And I had to get that point across to Anriel as well. And after that, Anriel realized, do what you're good at. Drive the ball, mid-range jumpers, and then look at her stats. And she ended up 7 out of 12, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. She played a complete game. So that's the adjustments. But hell, when I played ball, I was open a lot too. But I couldn't hit the shot, so I learned to pass the ball real quick. And that's what we have to do as a team. We have to share the ball. We can't be Drake and get 30 assists in a ball game, because we can create off the bounce as well as any team in the country. So that's our strength. Our inside game's our strength. And we're just going to have to get better. If we try to score 100 points against DePaul, he could score 104 probably quicker than we can score 100, because I don't play as many people as he does.
Right here in the front, Travis.
Coach, I know Kyla mentioned getting subbed out to kind of get her mind in the right spot, but did going small in those 2 spots in the first half, you think, kind of help equalize some of what they were trying to do and slow things down a bit?
No, you have to, but remember, if we get it inside, we're going to go to the foul line a lot. You can rest while you're at the foul line, and then we can start our press, which we did. I don't know if we can press DePaul. They take the ball out of the net while our back is turned. They're laying it up down on the other end. So it'll be a different game plan, because DePaul is twice as quick as Drake. So we'll have to have another game plan. And Travis, I'm sorry I butchered up the first part of that question. What was the first part?
Oh, just in subbing Kyla out and going a little bit smaller.
She got tired quick. You could see it. She was barely getting up and down. Even though we were scoring, I thought we were draining Kyla. And so I was able to play small ball some, play Jazz at the 5, but then Jazz got in foul trouble because she stayed dead behind their post player and they scored on her. Jazz, when she's in the game, if she doesn't front, they're going to score on her. Kaylin came in and gave us some good minutes and made the shot in the first half that we had to have. I wasn't in love with what she attempted in the second half on a fadeaway 12-footer. But the first half, she took the ball to the hole and played like we're trying to get her to play. Another key thing in the ball game, Jazz foul trouble, but look at what Kayla Wells did in this ball game. 21 minutes, played solid defense except for one possession, one bad turnover on a two-handed chest pass into Kyla. But 7 points, 21 minutes, knowing Lumpkin, it wasn't her best game. But that's why we can trust that freshman to come off the bench. I'm really proud of Kayla and what she did.
In the back, John.
Coach, what's it like for you? You mentioned to get Kayla's effort, but also to add the 4 players in double figures and kind of get contributions throughout your roster.
I tell you what, when I can get Kennedy to be convinced she can still score the 26 points or whatever she needs to score. But look at that stat line. I mean, that was my career, okay? She got it in one ball game. 6 steals, 11 assists, only 2 turnovers. She saved us on a couple passes that Kyla couldn't get back, and she made a couple steals there. 7 out of 8, 3 out of 6, 8 out of 18. We're just touching the surface, but she gave the easy pass to her teammate. She gave Kyla some great passes early. She found Danny when Danny was hot. Now she's really getting into her own, thinking like a point guard, just not a scoring guard. And that's the most pleased I've been with her in a long, long time. She was a point guard out there today.
Right here in the front, Travis.
You kind of mentioned it there, but with Kennedy, with that impressive stat line, how important were those 6 steals and her ability to kind of read some passes and play safety a little bit?
She had to. She's got the capability before she graduates to be a great defensive player. She's got some problems now, but my gosh, let's look at the bright side. Okay, she's going to be better and better once she quits ball watching and starts taking her man. Starkey's done a great job working with her. Let's go back to another thing. This isn't part of your question, but I'll answer my own question. What worked in the second half, we ran set plays instead of transition. We got 57 points in the first. I was trying to shorten the game to save legs, to make them play defense a little bit longer. You don't want to go with a team as comfortable as they are at that pass. I wanted to press a little. I wanted to run set zone plays, which we executed very well, particularly with Danny on a couple of shots that she got. Then when we went into our horn set, we just let Kennedy go, and she'd go as far as she could, and we hit some things. We shortened the game. We got offensive rebounds near the end. I think we controlled the ball for about 1 minute and 30 seconds on offense near the end of the ball game. And that's showing discipline, and that's what we have to do.
Got time for one more?
Any of y'all other people have questions? Anybody besides the Eagle in here? Huh? Oh, that's my family. Logan, you got a question? Hey, it's a great day to be an Aggie, okay? Our men's team won a hard-fought game. Now, I'm going to get on my soapbox again. How can we get more fans to the game on Sunday? When we're playing for a championship, we need butts in seats. And whatever we can do out there, if I have to get up on a circus tent and help sell tickets, our crowd was loud today. It was good. But we're going to need even a better crowd. Hopefully some of the students and some of the townspeople are coming back from spring break. People, don't think the game's sold out. I need your butts in your seats.